Oh, we're live. Hey. What up? Hello, and welcome. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the show. Thursday. And I'm in a pretty good mood. I'm in a pretty freaking good mood. I don't know about all of y'all. Yeah. Man. I don't know. Like yesterday, right? You know, we knew the She-Hulk episode was going to come out, you know? I tried to stay off of Twitter until I watched it this morning. Me and Liam sitting there watching it together. You know? His first words were, Matt Murdock smashed! You know what I mean? I was really proud of him. But before the episode, man, we're just sitting there, you know, I was just praying he didn't twerk. I was just like, please, Feige, don't. Because look, hey, look, listen, lean in, shut your mouth. Shut it! We love Feige. I'm a huge Feige simp, obviously. But occasionally, he does us pretty fucking dirty, dude. The boner? Anyone? Yeah, the boner. We're going to talk about it, dude. Which could be being corrected. We'll get to that later on. But when something like Matt Murdock, you know, showing up in She-Hulk is on the table, you're like, bro, what the fuck are they going to do? What are they going to do? And I know a lot of people had concerns. A lot of people had issues. And to me, and this is just my opinion, but it's also the correct opinion. And I'm going to do that super fucking toxic thing where if you don't agree with my opinion, if you hated this portrayal of Daredevil, put it into the chat. Let me know right now because you're fucking wrong. You're fucking wrong. And you're also out of here. Boot them. Get them all out of here. Out. Banned. Perma-ban. Ban them, unban them, and then ban them again. Fuck you. Anyway, it's just my opinion, dude. It's just my opinion, you know what I mean? But I loved this episode. I loved this portrayal of Daredevil. It was so damn good. The thing that's really wild is that all the other aspects of the show were also on point more than they have been for the entire fucking show. I'm not going to excuse She-Hulk because this show is booty cheeks. But this episode at least shows that when they give a fuck, have good characters, and try to tell a story, it can be pretty decent. It could be pretty decent. So why wasn't it? We'll get into all of that. We'll talk about it. And look, I'm just kidding. All opinions are welcome. Maybe. So just, you know, put your opinions into the chat. We're going to break down the episode together. A couple of different things I want to say before we get into it. First of all, smash a like on this stream. I know you're probably tabbed out, you know, looking at Instagram thoughts at work while you're listening in. Just could you pause that for just a second and, you know, smash the like on the video. It really does help us out. So thank you for that. Appreciate it. Also, we will be doing tomorrow night, and I can't believe how fast this week has gone, but tomorrow night we're doing a watch party for the special feature Wolverine fucking werewolf by night. Yeah, Werewolf by Night. We're doing a watch party for it. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The doors open up at Nerd Vengers Tower tomorrow night. Come on in. I'm going to be dressed in costume. It may or may not be a matching costume with Liam. That's cool. So come on by for that. We'll show off the costume. We'll chat it up for about a half hour, and then we will watch Werewolf by Night together, and then we'll break it down tomorrow night as well. I think it's going to be super fun, so look forward to that. What else? Oh, I guess, you know, one other thing that I could say. One other thing. We have a video dropping, I think later today, maybe tomorrow, but I think later today. All about Doctor Doom. It's all about Doctor Doom and why Doctor Doom is the biggest Giga Chad alpha male out of all of Marvel Comics, and he's crazy, ridiculous, overpowered. It's going to be a really fun video, a good time. And if you don't know shit about Doctor Doom, watch the video, and by the end of the video, you're going to be like, damn, okay, this is why everybody's hyped up about Doctor Doom. Let's go. So look out for that later today. I can't really think of too much. I can't really think of too much more. I think that's it. I think that's all we got to talk about to start it off. But okay, let's get into this, man. Let's get into this. And I always like to start with the rating for the episode. Now, mind you, this is not a rating for Daredevil. We're going to talk specifically about Daredevil and how you guys think his portrayal was handled. But just on the merits of the actual episode, on a scale from 1 to 10, what would you rate this episode? Put it into the chat. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. A lot of high scores. A lot of high scores with the occasional butthole score. Yeah. Pretty high. Pretty high, bro. It's pretty fucking high, bro. That's pretty high, bro. Booty cheek 0. Okay, right on. Okay. I will say I will give this episode a 9. It's really, really well handled. And honestly, could be a 10 if it were not for all the other episodes of the show dragging it down. Here's the thing. If it was a 10, then it would be like, oh, this is setting up something I really care about. This is like perfect for what it is. This is more like, although I guess I could give it a 10. Side note, okay? What, is this similar? It's not the same thing as what they did in the Book of Boba Fett, right? Where like in Book of Boba Fett, you have 2 Mandalorian episodes that are like worlds better than the Book of Boba Fett episodes. Like, what the fuck? But to me, this episode is so uniquely good compared to the rest of the show that it's given off a similar vibe. Where it's like, dude, when I... what? Like, it's so good. It is better as far as the CGI is concerned. It is better as far as the length of the episode and the pacing. It has better acting, performances, humor, top to bottom. Top to bottom! It's 100% better than all of these other episodes. You can tell they really put a lot of care and time into this episode in particular. And I'm grateful that they did, and I give it a 9. But it would be a 10 if I gave a shit about anything that happened before this and was looking forward at all to what happens next. But I don't, and I can't. So, therefore, I can't personally give it a 10 out of 10, but it's kind of being dragged down by the rest of the episodes. But for me, this was a very strong episode, okay? So, that's the score. That's the score. But let's go to the polls, because I'd like to go to Poll Town USA, and I'd like to know specifically how you feel about the portrayal of Daredevil. How did you like Daredevil in this episode? I'm gonna put loved it, liked it, meh, and hated it. Boom. I'd like to know. I'd like to know. How did you feel? Let your voice be heard. How'd you like? What did you think about it? How'd you like it? Okay, let's look at the polls. It's a little early, but let's chill. Look at this. 2% of people hated it. That's fine. 8% of people said it was meh. Guys, are you fucking kidding me? Do you realize what that means? 90% of people liked it and or loved it out of the gate here. And please, let more of your voice be heard. Andre says, 5th option, I didn't watch it. No! I don't want that option to muddy the waters of the poll. We got good information here. We got good information. Okay? So this is pretty wild, dude. That's like 90% of people that really liked it or loved it. I personally love the portrayal of Matt Murdock. It feels like, to me, he walked right into playing that character. Mannerisms, the voice, all of it was perfect. And you know what I mean? I mean, there's going to be some people out here, and look, again, you're welcome to your opinion, but your opinion fucking sucks, and you don't know what you're talking about if you don't think this was the same Daredevil. I am the biggest Daredevil fan on the planet. I'm the biggest Daredevil fan on the planet. Okay? I've watched that show on Netflix more than 10 times. I love that fucking show. I love that character. Now, is the tone of the show from Netflix the same as the tone of this show, She-Hulk? No. But is that the same character? Yes. To me, it's 100% the same character. It is absolutely Matt Murdock, the way I knew him, the way I loved him. And there are moments throughout the Daredevil show where he makes quips just like he made in this episode. He's not fucking Deadpool going a million miles per hour, quippy. He's not She-Hulk. He's Daredevil in a She-Hulk show. And I felt like the portrayal was perfect. I will also say that the scene that he's introduced in the courtroom, to me, I was like, damn, bro, this courtroom scene is instantly and infinitely better than all the other courtroom scenes they have done. And it's all because of one fucking guy. It's all because of Matt Murdock. To his left, his client is still being a goofy ass motherfucker. The judge himself being pretty silly for a judge. Jen's being Jen and the other guy's fucking frogman, okay? And yet, I'm getting pissed. You, person in the chat, who hasn't even spoken up about your real feelings about it, you're pissing me off. But let me keep going. The courtroom scene is made infinitely better, all on the shoulders of Matt Murdock, because he actually addresses the judge the way a lawyer would, and he actually is bringing up evidence in a logical way. It felt like he was actually lawyering. It was fucking crazy, dude. Literally, none of the show actually feels like a lawyer show at all, except this scene here because of Matt. And it's because he's walked in this world a million times over. I love what the portrayal of Daredevil in this episode means for the future of all of the characters that Feige's bringing back. This includes Hugh Jackman Wolverine. This includes the Boner, Ralph Boner. We'll talk about that later. All these Fox characters, all these Netflix characters. I know people didn't love the Kingpin. I didn't either. And apparently they cut some really cool stuff that the Kingpin had in Echo. But it still generally felt like Wilson Fisk to me. Just, he's on like Super Soldier Serum or something, which is actually maybe what literally happened, but we'll talk about that at a different day. To me, this was really fucking cool, man. I was like, damn, this is what happens when you have an actor or an actress that has been playing this character for so long, they can just get into it. And the presence they bring to a scene is so fucking good. And it just touches all this nostalgia, and it just feels so familiar. Damn, bro, I really, really liked it. So I felt like the portrayal of Daredevil was absolutely brilliant. Damn near perfect, I would say. So that's the question, right? That's the big one with regards to Daredevil. Now, let's break down the episode. Let's go through some things that actually happened in the episode, and we can have a discussion about it as we move forward, okay? So you start with a pretty She-Hulk goofy-ass scene here with, what does he call himself? Leapfrog? Is that what he calls himself? I don't even know. But, yeah, so you have this ridiculous scene here. It's an LED TV. It's not an OLED. Dude, these guys are stupid as fuck. You know what I mean? If you're going to go for it, go get the OLED. And then you have this goofy scene with the Frogman dude. Wait, what the hell? What just happened? Can you guys not... Wait, what? What's happening here? Why did it do that? Okay, there we go. That's better. So yeah, you have him fighting against these dudes. It was rather silly. And then he jettisons off, and then you cut into this guy just there talking about the faulty equipment and shit like that. you get another scene with the lawyer dude here explaining like why Jen must do this thing because of this client, etc., etc. And it's all fine. You know what I mean? It's regular She-Hulk. I felt like this scene with this dude was pretty cool. Pretty funny, but it's like very like in your face, cheeky She-Hulk, you know what I mean? But she's basically scorned this dude by coming here and trying to settle this, and so they end up having to go to court, okay? So this is all kind of like foreplay, right? And we get into the courtroom scene here, and boom, he walks in. And I mean, dude, it was awesome. And the way that he makes his entrance, I thought was great. He's like joking with the judge. And one of the things that's really awesome about Matt from the old show, and this is why Foggy is such an important character to Matt, is that like Matt is playing a game almost 100% of the time. When he is acting as though he is Matt Murdock, he is playing a game because he has more information than anybody in the room, and yet he can appear to have less information than anybody in the room, and he uses it to his absolute advantage. And Foggy, especially later on in the show, is one of the only people that can actually call him out on it. And it's kind of fun, right? But like, Matt is literally using his blindness to get sympathy points all the time. You know what I mean? It's like all the time. It's crazy. And yet he already knows where everybody's at in the room. How's their blood pressure? How much are they sweating? You know, all these things. He has so much information. And so I loved his introduction and the way he comes in, and he's already gaming the judge. And again, the conversation back and forth between Jennifer and Matt, the reason it's so damn good is because it works on multiple levels. Okay? It's number one, working on the level of just, damn, dude, this dude's a good lawyer. He's got an answer for everything. He can rebut all of the claims that Jen is making. But also, it is showing us at a different level Matt Murdock and his feelings of being a hero versus what Jennifer Walters is actually doing. And that's not really being heroic. This is a theme that will carry on throughout the episode when they are doing their superheroing together. But this conversation works on multiple levels. It's very meta, and yet it's still pretty light and fun. You know what I mean? It's still pretty light and fun, but he is like, make no mistake about it, he is laying the foundation for the fans and for the viewers of the show to understand why She-Hulk is wrong. You know what I mean? And we also get a very important piece of information drop here that the Sokovia Accords have been repealed. Holy shit. I mean, that in and of itself is almost total single video worthy. That's wild. Right? Like that's wild. So perhaps this is just because of the blip and like the new, society. Perhaps it's because the Avengers are essentially disassembled at this point. But no more Sokovia Accords. Like, that's wild. So Spider-Man will keep his identity hidden. Many other heroes will likely now keep their identities hidden. That's pretty interesting. You know what I mean? Like, that is pretty interesting. So I don't know exactly how that's going to shake out in the rest of the Marvel Universe and the rest of the shows and the movies, but a pretty significant nugget of information. Now, Matt wins the case by using his superpowers, and he smells that the homie was using jet fuel. Okay? And so he uses jet fuel, which is not what the manufacturer told him to do. Thereby, he's not liable to manufacture. So that's how he does it. It's kind of fascinating. And then we get to the bar scene. And, oh, man. Matt's got game, dude. And this is something else that's really established in his show, is that Matt absolutely has game. And, again, he's doing almost the same thing that he does in court. Which, by the way, I just noticed these scales over here. It's kind of funny, like the scales of justice or whatever. So, Matt is able to use a combination of charm and sympathy to essentially, like, disarm a lot of women and get close to them and just kind of, like, win them over with charm. while also having a bedrock of like actual fortitude and the ability to actually take care of himself. So he's this just triple threat of intrigue, you know what I mean, for a lot of these different women. And again, he can tell immediately, bro. He can tell immediately how they're feeling. Are they sweating? What's the blood pressure? Is there a flutter? All of these different things. He can hear it, smell it, like everything, right? And so he gives her an apple teeny, which I thought was kind of funny because it's like a green drink or whatever. He ends up having this conversation with her. And the other thing that's really cool about this to me was like Jen actually has the ability to really shine in this scene as well. And this is something that happens in movies and television a lot, is like, depending on who you're acting against in a scene, it can really make or break the scene. Does the actor or actress across from you allow you to play? Are you able to together create a really interesting dynamic scene? One of my favorite examples of this was in the movie Birdman, where you have Michael Keaton and you have old Hulk dude, who I'm blanking on his name right now, but he's absolutely an incredible actor. Edward Norton. And you have those two guys just doing an acting scene. Darth Yaddle, welcome to the Nerd Ventures Prime. You are a Nerd Venture now. You have them just acting out this scene, just the two of them. And it's like magic, bro. Like something is just created there. And I absolutely think this is one of the best scenes that Jen has in her entire show. And I think partially this is because Charlie is so good at being this character that he is able to allow that sort of jazz, that sort of back and forth that really creates dynamic dialogue to occur. You know what I mean? Which, dude, like my head is like spinning about like literally how good I like this shit, or how much I like this shit, and how excited I am for more characters like Matt that have a deep history of playing their characters to come back into the MCU. It's powerful stuff. Okay? So you have this going on there. It's pretty good. There's definitely romantic tension, which they both play very well. But then, of course, they're both called away. Superhero shit, right? This scene is pretty silly. It's pretty ridiculous. I don't know that it will come into play further. You would assume so, right? So she's meeting up with this dude. He's got a Wakandan spear. Okay? The man's got a Wakandan spear. And even gives us a Wakanda Forever. How'd y'all feel about this? You know what I mean? I'd like to pause for a second and ask the class how everybody felt about this dude having a vibranium spear and also doing a Wakanda Forever, yo. That shit was like, yo, like, okay, bro, like, damn. Really going for it. Yeah. It was pretty wild, right? Yeah, it was pretty wild. It was very funny, very cringy. But also, if this is, and we do believe, part of the intelligentsia, they've got Wakandan weapons. They've got vibranium. What are they going to do with that vibranium, dude? Is the intelligentsia an actual legitimate threat here? What is going on here? Why is he doing this? Now, also worth mentioning, earlier on in the show, this very same dude asks Jen if vibranium would be able to break her Hulk skin. Do you recall? And I know it's hard because fuck this show for the most part, but let's try to remember back. Do you recall? Do you remember when he asked her that? Do you? So what is this scene? Is this guy saying, hey, remember last time when I asked you about the vibranium being able to pierce your skin? I have a vibranium spear now. Just so you know. Like, what is this scene exactly? I don't know. But I think this scene will come into play later on, probably in the finale. But regardless, she's like over it and she leaves him there or whatever, and it's kind of interesting. Now she goes back here. another call. She's got to go do some superheroing. And then we kind of cut right into the scene that we saw released in the little teaser for Daredevil. It's the frog dude. Daredevil's on top of the car. And I'll actually pull that back for a second. This shit was so cool, man. He flips over her. And then we get our boy back. And he's like, you need to back off. Also, Jen looks great in her superhero outfit. Looks great. And the CGI in this episode looked incredible. And they have a little bit of a fight, dude. They've got a little bit of a fight here. And I thought this was pretty great. I thought Matt, his abilities and the way he like flips over her and just kind of easily dodges all of her stuff, I thought it was pretty awesome. Jen actually doing some smashing, which was pretty great. And even though she like really hasn't trained, she knows some moves from Bruce, which one of them she uses to stop Matt, which is kind of interesting. Like literally, like I don't know how as a Daredevil fan you can't watch this and be like, dude, no, that's fucking Daredevil. Like I'm about it, cause that's fucking Daredevil, and I'm a fucking about it, son. That shit was crazy. He's flipping around like perfectly, bro. There is a thing, and I can't help but like take this to HeroClix logic sometimes, right? So there is an ability in HeroClix called Super Senses, and you roll a d6, and on a 5 or a 6, you evade an attack, right? And there are certain Daredevil characters that have like additional super sensibilities or anything like that. The bottom line is this: like, this is like She-Hulk using like some smash AOE attacks, and Daredevil just hitting super senses over and over again. She can't touch him. Like, despite her being incredibly powerful, he just sees it coming a mile away, and with his crazy agility and ninja skills, you know, he's flipping around. He's outie. Okay, so let's talk about this line. Some people, I guess, didn't like this, where he said, my ass remains unwhooped. Like, what? I thought that was brilliant. Like, I thought it was a brilliant, kind of awesome, taunting, Daredevil-esque thing to say. I thought it was dope. And then the flipping down this fucking building, bro, that was awesome. He jumps off her there, by the way. I just noticed that. Literally on her back. She smashes, which, by the way, like, it's a lot of property damage, as he does point out. Boom! And he's up. My ass remains unwhooped. Ha ha ha, with a cheeky smile. And then he's like, I'm out. See, bitch. And then I love this shot of him flipping down here, man. And that is like that. One of the things. Remember, I said this before. Like, holy shit. I'm having. Have I had too many coffees and too many blinkers? Maybe. But shut your mouth and listen to what I'm saying, okay? Do you guys recall when it was originally said that Matt would be back in the Netflix or into the MCU? One of the things I said was, I was like, I love the Netflix Daredevil. Like, I love the Netflix Daredevil. But there were aspects of that character that didn't quite match up to me from the comic book version. And one of the things I said was Matt's agility, his ability to swing around like fucking Spider-Man, is one of the things from the comic books that didn't perfectly translate into the Netflix show. Matt does epic fighting, but it's more like Craw McGraw, like fucking John Wick or what was that, Tom Cruise? Jack Ryan, like that kind of fighting, like real like combat, like anchored type fighting, which was cool, and I liked it in the show, but it's not what happens in the comic books. In the comic books, Daredevil is more akin to Spider-Man, the way that he fights, the way that he moves, the way that he flips around. And so in the show, they're just giving a little bit of that taste, but it's so damn good, bro. Like, that's exactly what I want from Daredevil, and I look forward to more of this. I want to see him actually flipping around with Spider-Man. With the baton and the cable, Daredevil and Spider-Man could actually web swing around New York City. I want to see it. I want to see it, man. But yeah, it's like pretty fucking epic, right? She-Hulk just lands down there and she's like, we're not done. You know, more fighting. He's avoiding all this shit. Now, she gets him with the air smash move, which is a move that Bruce taught her, right? I mean, kind of Bruce taught her, right? And so she hits him with the air smash thing, which is like, how do you dodge that? I don't really think you can dodge that. So yeah, she gets him, she unmasks him and realizes it's Matt. And then the episode becomes, let's go superheroing together. And you just see a ton of different I guess, like little mini conflicts between them where Matt is kind of just telling her what it is. Like, you're not a superhero. You don't do this. You don't do superheroing. I've done this 100 times. You know what I mean? So, like, let me take point on this. And Jen kind of, not listening. It gets a little chaotic. But I actually loved the chaos that is created because, like, Daredevil gets in there and he's doing his thing, right? And then She-Hulk just kind of, like, smashes in. Guys, we even get a version of a hallway scene. Is it even close to as dope as the hallway scenes we get in Daredevil? No. But it's pretty fucking cool, man. The way he's using the baton and shit. Like, boom, this dude's just out. And they're like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And the way he, like, throws the baton around. Like, oh, man. Real cool. Boom, dodge there, off the wall. Throws the baton, bounces, hits that dude right in the face. He's, like, kind of knocked out. A swing over, sweep the leg. Kick in the chest. This guy's loading the crossbow. Boom, boom, you're outie. Crabam. Boom. With the chain on it? Come on, man. Are you kidding me? Watch this shit. We're going to watch it again, dude. Yeah, that's right. Oh, my God. Boom. Dodge. Look, he's pulling it back. Throwing it. Oh, shit. What the fuck? No! Sweep of the leg. Chest kick. Grabs another one. Bam, bam. Across the face. And another punch. And then with the chain, bro. Are you kidding me? That's what I'm talking about. That's comic book Daredevil. Using that like that. Super cool. This dude's like trying to get away. He's using the thing or whatever. And then bam. Clubbed to the back of the head. Clubbed to the back of the head. Now, a bunch of these dudes show up, right? And they're all ready for action. And obviously, I feel like Matt could have pretty easily taken them all out. But then we get a boom, She-Hulk entrance. Right when they're running in. Bam. Which, I'm going to be honest with you, I feel like at least one of those guys died. I mean, what do you think, chat? I'm feeling like at least one of those guys died. Like, I don't know if they want to, like, focus on that or whatever, but she just literally smashed through the fucking ceiling. One of them had to die. Like, are you kidding me? Like, that's crazy. So then they get in here. They're doing their thing. She rescues this guy. Daredevil's doing his thing. They're still having banter back and forth. And then they kind of finish it up. And again, like, if you just look at the CGI, like, the CGI in this episode was so on point. It kind of makes me cringe about the rest of the show. It was really, really good. Right? And then you get this scene. Now, I guess your mileage may vary a little bit about how you felt about this, right? But we said yesterday, we were like, yo, do you think that Matt smashes or not? Okay? And even though maybe this isn't everybody's favorite thing, the reality is both Daredevil and She-Hulk, they get it in. You know what I mean? You could say sexually liberated. You could call them hoes. I think both are appropriate. They're both kind of hoes, dude. You know what I mean? Like, again, Matt slays with the ladies. She-Hulk's about that life. She fucked the juggernaut, dude. Are you kidding me? Yeah. So you get this kind of scene. I actually feel like the beginning scene here is kind of sweet in the way that he, like, leans on her or whatever. I was like, damn, dude. That was kind of, a good move. Again, Matt's got game that's on another level, right? So, yeah, you get this scene, and then you get the scene back at her place, and smash. And apparently Matt absolutely has the ability to use his superpowers to, I mean, what's the appropriate way to do this? How do I say this so that the kids can keep watching? He helped break her off a piece of the Kit Kat bar. Okay. So, next morning, and we've got a Daredevil walk of shame. I thought this shit was brilliant, dude. I thought this shit was brilliant. I mean, he's even carrying his shoes. You know what I mean? Like, dude, I thought this shit was brilliant. Like, so funny. So funny, dude. And then, yeah, she's just making reference to, like, you know, how good it is, etc., etc. She comes over. How many of you guys actually thought she was going to be revealed to be evil? I thought for sure Jen's friend here was going to be revealed to be evil, but instead we kind of just get into the gala, right? And She-Hulk's looking good. She's feeling good again, you know? And then they all get brought up on stage together. Jen begins to give this speech, and then the Hulk King, which this was the emoji, I think, that Josh did in the episodes, and Intelligentsia interrupts, and using the data from her cell phone, which Josh hacked, they completely embarrass her and just try to make her look really, really bad. Hulk King, you know what I mean? Yeah, it was bad. And then Jen absolutely loses her shit, hulks out a bit herself, smashes this, and everybody's afraid of her. I feel like, again, this is what's so crazy, is that this scene here, where Jen loses it, gets angry, you've got the red, you've got the alarms, you've got Jen actually realizing that people are afraid of her, that she's in some ways a monster in this scene. It hits, dude. Like, it hits, it works. She's about ready to totally crush this dude, you know what I mean? And, yeah, and the CGI is all 100% on point. Now, I was kind of disappointed that there wasn't a post-credit scene or whatnot, and I think that the way the show is going to go next week is that you're going to get the setup that Intelligentsia has Jen's blood, and they are doing all kinds of horrible stuff. And I think that Jen is also going to leave her lawyer position at this firm. Maybe she'll be a lawyer in New York. Maybe joining up with one Matt Murdock. I don't know. But I don't think she's going to remain a lawyer with this firm. And I do think she's going to embrace the superhero life a little bit after this is done. Maybe because she's feeling a little bit guilty for not taking Bruce's warning as seriously, and now her blood is in the wild, right? Maybe something like that. Maybe something that Daredevil said in this episode sort of helps her to see that she could actually be doing more and, you know, being awesome. So, damn, dude, that's a really good episode, and I hope that the finale is really good. And either way, in my opinion, again, the handling of Daredevil was done incredibly well. And yeah, kudos to Marvel. Now, it doesn't obviously save the show for me, and I still feel pretty let down as a Marvel fan over the She-Hulk show. I just really feel like it should have been much better, you know? But it does at least give us a lot of hope of, like, Daredevil's continuous journey in the MCU, because, I mean, dude, he's got work like you wouldn't believe. He's going to be in Echo. He's going to be in, obviously, Daredevil Born Again, and probably in other stuff after that as well. So Matt's getting the work. I think he deserves it. And I was pleasantly surprised with what we got in this episode. So there you go. There's my full breakdown of Daredevil and She-Hulk. So again, I thought it was pretty dope. We can get into Q&A in a little bit here, but a couple other things we got to go over. Couple other things we gotta go over. Yeah, we gotta go over some things. Yeah, we gotta go over some things. Check this out. Evan Peters in talks to return to the MCU. The boner's back! Now, I think right now, the main two projects that he's rumored to be back in, which, by the way, Daniel has been on fire recently with a ton of different scoops, and a lot of things are happening behind the scenes at Marvel, so there'll be a lot of stuff to talk about moving forward. But I think right now the logic is that he will either be in the Wonder Man show, or he will be in the Agatha Coven of Chaos show. Okay? So, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? I'm really hoping that they retcon the boner. It's too much, Feige. It's too much. It was bad enough that this thread went seemingly nowhere, but you didn't have to make it a dick joke on top of that. Was it good for a couple laughs? No. Did it bring joy into the world? Absolutely not. Did some of you have fun trolling me about it? Unfortunately, yes. So, here's to hoping that the boner is retconned, that he will actually be maybe Pietro from another universe, maybe some crazy multiverse shit was going on and Agatha had no idea. That's what I'm hoping for. Or he's the Beyonder, or one of the Beyonders. That would also be sick. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? It was always a fake name. Everyone had a name given to them inside the hex. Interesting. Mephisto! What if he actually is Mephisto? Wouldn't that be crazy? Give the boner another chance. It won't hurt this time. It hurts every time. Every time it hurts. It hurts to even think about it. Plot twist, he's actually really Quicksilver. His buddy is Wonder Man, and Agatha brought him into the universe. That would be crazy. Wait, why is this surprising with the recent Fox X-Men leak? Oh, I don't think it's necessarily surprising, but it is news. You know what I mean? So I think that, again, speaking to that Fox X-Men rumor, I'd love for him to actually be Quicksilver and them to sort that out and for them to bring the X-Men in further. Because what that would mean, right, is that it's not just Deadpool 3, it's a myriad of different Marvel projects in which you will see the Fox X-Men pop back up. And I'm all about that, dude. There were even rumors that Nightcrawler was going to pop up in WandaVision. And like, dude, I don't give a fuck. Like, dude, just do it, bro. Just give me Nightcrawler, bro. You know? So, yeah, I'm about it. I'm about it. I think it would be sick. That Fox contract thing is false, Monty. That story is not true. Thank God. You gotta check out the X-Men video I did on Monday. I go into the details. So, what else is going on, chat? Is there anything else crazy going on in the nerdy world? Should I check the Reddits and see? Is there anything else crazy going on, or should we just break into Q&A? What do you think? Should we just break into Q&A? Num-nums. I like water. There's nothing like water when you're like parched. You know what I mean? It's so refreshing. It's so good. Oh, New York Comic Con is this weekend. I don't think there's going to be anything like big done as far as like movies and TV stuff, but there'll be some comic book stuff. There'll be some fun stuff like that going on. So I'll be checking out what happens at New York Comic Con over the weekend. Yes. That'll be pretty chill. That'll be pretty chill. What, the Henry Cavill news? I was thinking about doing a whole video about that. I'll briefly talk about it here. Yeah, it's really looking like Henry Cavill is back. I don't want to go into spoilers or whatever, but yeah, it does appear that he's back for at least Black Adam and possibly a few projects after that, okay? So that's wild, and I'm definitely going to go see Black Adam in theaters now, and I literally was not going to see it unless they got Cavill, you know? I'm just like, nah, man, I'm not going to check that out unless... And he pulled it off, man. You got to give him credit. You got to give The Rock credit. You know? Hype culture is kind of destroying Marvel. It's a wild take. That is a wild take. But, you know, it's a free country. Oh, you know what else is kind of interesting? Okay, let's talk about this very briefly, and then I'll get into Q&A, okay? The Spawn movie. What do you guys think about the Spawn movie? How many of you guys are, like, excited about live-action Spawn? Seth MacFarlane's been talking about this forever. Or Todd McFarlane. I always mix them up. Todd McFarlane's been talking about this forever. He was rumored to direct the movie. He was kind of like, fine, I'll do it myself, you know? Well, it just came out yesterday that Scott Silver, Malcolm Spellman, and rising screenwriter Matt Mixon are doing the script for the film. They're doing a new script for it. So Malcolm Spellman, he's kind of like a Marvel homie because he did Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Now, I'll be honest with you, I don't like Falcon and the Winter Soldier as a show, but I've watched a lot of Malcolm Spellman interviews. That dude's dope. That dude's awesome. He's a real one. He's super funny. He's really smart. So, yeah, I like Spellman, and I'm happy for him. It does give me a little bit of help. I'm not super familiar with these other guys, but I do like Spawn. And, like, you know, Todd kind of hinted at the fact that he will be maybe looking for a actual A-list director to join all of these people and not direct it himself, which I think is the move. That's a smart move. And so, yeah, man, I'm kind of hyped up. Kind of excited, man. Spawn. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go, bro. I'm about it. And I think that's all the news. Let's get into the Q&A. You guys can all argue with me if you don't like what I said about She-Hulk, etc., etc. And we can have a nice conversation about it, okay? Okay, so first in today, the Tommy Dean, member for 10 months, thank you so much, man, says, been a while since I was able to watch a live stream. She-Hulk was amazing this week. She-Hulk smashed for sure. She definitely smashed. Definitely smashed. And, yeah, it was good. It was a good time. X-Ace with a $2 holler says, Andor is better. Oh, man. I wouldn't know. I still haven't watched that episode of Andor. And I don't know, man. I don't know if I can bring myself to watch any more Andor. I'm going to be honest. It would be like if somebody told me, like, dude, no. Like, it's incredible. Like, this is what happens, and it's incredible. Then I could probably do it. But, like, I literally, like, I looked around, I asked some people about Andor. Everybody was like, nah, dude, episode 5 was boring. So, yeah, not for me. Mo from the Foe, member for 3 months, says, Murdoch being more adept in the courtroom than Jennifer was beautiful. Best court scene in the entire show. Warehouse scene equal fire. Daredevil is back, motherfuckers. Yo, I agree. I really don't get people that are like, that's not Daredevil, or they butchered Daredevil. Like, I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. Lead poisoning, paint chips. Maybe they were dropped on their head. Their mom didn't hug them enough. I don't know. I don't know what the explanation is. Look, is it subjective and art's subjective and people can have different opinions? Yes, except in this instance. You're fucking wrong. You're fucking wrong, dude. You dumb sluts. Okay, X-Ace then follows up and says, rewatching all the X-Men movies again in order of release unless you recommend a better way to watch them. No, I think that way to watch them is fine. Were you inspired by our tier list yesterday? Oh, I had a good time with that one. That was a good stream. Jack Carter, welcome back to the Nerd Avengers. Appreciate you. Fat Naked Jimmy Neutron. Now, there's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Says, Daredevil is my favorite character, and for the MCU to butcher him this badly, I'm officially done with the MCU like you're done with Star Wars. Well, you're dumb, fat, and you're naked Jimmy Neutron, so just take your bitch ass to the door, because I'm done with you, fat, naked, dumbass Jimmy Neutron. And that's actually the like PG version, so stick that in your pipe and smoke it, bitch. Mickey says with a $5 holler, I'd give this an 8 out of 10. The only thing that's bringing it down is the fact that it took 8 episodes to move the story in a very significant way. I can agree with that, Mickey. I can absolutely agree with that. Took too long. It took too long, and it doesn't save the show. But yeah. Drew Smith says, and just like that, we learned to love stories again. All right, I'm going to let that one slide because it did make me chuckle. Well done. Mo from the Foe says, is She-Hulk going to be playing a big part of Planet/World War Hulk? I hope she becomes a public enemy #1 thing like the OG Hulk. That is kind of interesting, huh? It does seem like, okay, so it seems like, yes, the public perception is going to turn a little bit against her. It really is going to depend on what the Hulk, like what does Jennifer's blood and the Hulk shit do in the MCU moving forward? Like, is it going to cause a total complete tragedy? Are all these Hulks going to start popping up and it's horrible? And then like, what's the deal with Red Hulk in Captain America 4 and World War Hulk? Like, does this show end with Bruce showing up and being a rage monster? I don't know, but it is pretty interesting. I don't really know, man. It's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out for sure. Multi-Nerd with a $2 host says, new member, thanks for the excellent content. You're welcome, and just know that I would never be really rude to somebody that supports the channel or whatever, and so you're safe here. It's a safe place. You know, it's real cushy and comfortable, and I also hope that Fat Naked Jimmy Neutron is literally crying in the corner. Darth Yaddle, welcome to the Nerd Avengers at the Prime level. Appreciate you. The real Jesse Lee Reed says, Andor prediction. Oh my God. Okay. Cyril will end up in the military. He will distinguish himself, gaining prestigious new post on the Death Star. Rest in peace, Cyril. Okay. Cool. Cool. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Peter B. Parker says, best episode since episode 1. Birdman is great, by the way. Birdman's an incredible movie. If you haven't seen it, you really should. Peter B. Parker follows up and says, Daredevil said the Sokovia Accords. He did! And he said that they are repealed, redacted, retracted. They're done, basically. They're done. Miss Spiro Jr. says, Paul said he may melt the spirit to create a vibranium needle. Ooh, I like that. I think that's a good... I think that's a good strat, a good theory, and a good poll. Nate Elston says, best Thursday in a long while. Off today and able to watch live. Do it live. Hashtag Josh Rocks. Hey, thanks, Nate. Look, again, I would never be super rude or offensive to a supporting member of the channel, somebody that is really cool in chat, etc., etc. So you're safe here. I appreciate you. And has anybody seen Fat Naked Jimmy Neutron? Can somebody check on him? Is he okay? Like, is he going to be okay? 34 Virgo says, so Daredevil was the same character. I felt so. But Marvel tried to give us that same Netflix hallway scene feeling, and that was mediocre Netflix callback. Yeah, it wasn't that great. But I still like that scene. It's not on the level of the hallway scenes before. But, like, dude, A for effort, and also pretty fucking cool, dude. Like, I legit like the way he whips around, dude. The way he's using the batons. You get one of the batons still attached via a chain. Holy shit, it was awesome. Angel Stark says, this episode gives me hope that She-Hulk will actually be okay in the Avengers. Tatiana shines when working across great talent like Charlie Cox. Couldn't have said it better myself. That's exactly the vibe that I had while watching this episode as well. OG Larry 420 says, can't believe Josh called Daredevil smashing. Believe it. Jaboy G says, oh shit. Jaboy G says, post Dahmer, Peters will be Mephisto/Nightmare. Maybe. I'm still in the camp of like, yo, just be Quicksilver. That would be cool. But yeah, I hear you. The real Jesse Lee Reed says, there have been many funny moments in the MCU over the years, and Ralph Boner was the best, funniest joke so far. Hilarious trolling by Feige. The fuck? Bro, that's bait. You're just trying to trigger me, dude. Or chigger me. I don't know what that is, but you're trying to trigger me, dude. And it's not going to work. Except maybe it already did. Elijah says, Josh, asking in good faith, can you give a detailed tutorial on how to buckle up my butthole? I can't figure it out, and I'm too embarrassed to ask someone in real life. So what you do is you've got to get a cone, okay? You know, like a traffic stop cone, or maybe like a small cone that like you would use when you're like playing hockey outside, and you're like setting up the goals with like the cones or whatever, and you get that, okay, and you know go to your house and you find like probably at the edge of your couch, maybe at the edge of your bed, depending on how bold you are. and you take a belt, okay, and you take a belt, okay, and you lay it down, and then you put the cone on top of the belt, okay, and then get butt-ass naked, okay, you know, maybe warm the glutes up a little bit, okay, and you set that on the floor, okay, and then you got to jump up, and it's like a cannonball type motion, like knees to the chest, and you just jump, and you just land on that thing, and then you tighten that belt up, and you officially have a buckled up butthole. Michael says, what a time to be a Nerdvenger. She-Hulk got thunderclap this episode, and I couldn't be happier. Hashtag green team. Amen. Amen. Tommy Fawcett says, do you remember when Nikki, She-Hulk, looked into the camera? Also, she's wearing jewelry similar to Agatha, which vibes for show. I do actually think there's something nefarious about her. I don't know what it is, but there's something nefarious about her. We'll just have to wait and see how it plays out. Elijah says, maybe this already happened, I don't know, but I'd like to see the next trilogy be about a counterforce, like metaphysical entity on par with the Force invading our precious galaxy far, far away. Thoughts? My thoughts are that this break from Star Wars is incredibly healthy for me, and someday I'll be able to answer questions like that again. That's my thoughts. Owen Spring says, I think the main reason of this show was to introduce Daredevil and set up Planet Hulk. I think that's definitely a big part of it. I also feel like the other big part was to make She-Hulk this really popular, lovable character. And I don't know how well they did on that one, to be honest with you. Elijah says, I'm sorry to blow your cover, but Josh Star Wars breakup is actually just a cover story. Y'all just mad because you didn't know he started another site doing very different content. Guess his channel name. Yep, you caught me. Dirt Wizard with a $20 holla. Very generous, man. Appreciate it. Says, it's been a while, so congrats to you and Elisa on your baby boy. Dad life is the best. Daredevil was great. Andor sucks so far. Great show as always. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Yeah, Dad life's cool. It's definitely challenging, but it's definitely got its perks, you know what I mean? So, super hyped up, excited for it, excited for the future of the channel and the future of Marvel content. I think it's going to be really, really cool. Cole Wallace says, who would you want to see Daredevil with next? Spider-Woman or Wolverine? I mean, Wolverine, of course. Or Spider-Man or Wolverine. Ooh, that's a tough one. Spider-Man. Yeah. But both would be cool. Also, Daredevil will know... He may not know that he's Peter Parker, but he's going to probably be able to figure it out way faster than most people. The only person that would be able to figure it out faster would be like an actual telepath, right? So, yeah, maybe Spider-Man, maybe Wolverine. Yeah, it's going to be cool. Should be exciting. X-Ace said, what would you rate X-Men Evolution and the 92 animated series? The 92, John, is a 10 out of 10. Would recommend. And X-Men Evolutions is like something they play on repeat to like prisoners of war in Guantanamo Bay to cause them to snap. It's dog shit. It's so bad that like it'll crack someone, man. Like it'll get them to talk. It'll get them to flip. Like phew, that shit's horrible. Holy shit. Drew Smith says, so how hyped is Echo now? Echo's pretty hyped, dude. I think Echo's going to be a real good show. And of course, Charlie being it, that's a nice added bonus. But I think like what they're going to do to Echo is going to be really interesting. Plus you've got Kingpin returning. Some other stuff maybe happening and all that. So it's good stuff. It's good stuff, man. I'm quite excited about that show for sure. Okay. So we've gotten through all the super chats. Let's hang out in the chat. Let's hang out in the chat. What do you guys think? What's going on? Was I too harsh to Jimmy Neutron? Like, let's go. What's up? Oh, hey, thanks, John. Appreciate it. I've been working out a little, trying to get yoked. Did you catch the Red Hulk tease in the episode? Well, yeah, she said, like, I don't know if it's a Red Hulk or something. She literally says it at the end of the episode, yeah. Exactly. This ruined his character. He never had a one-night stand with any love interest ever. What? Jen had a platonic relationship. It goes against the Catholic views, the Netflix show, and the comic. No, I'm pretty sure Daredevil is getting it in. And the thing about Catholics is, and I know this, I was baptized Catholic, that's why you go to confession and you make penance. I mean, Catholics are out there doing their thing, bro. They're just, do a few Hail Marys and Our Fathers and call it a fucking day, dude. So I don't know that you know what you're talking about. Do you think Evan Peters might be 838 Wanda's brother? Everything in the 838 is almost identical to Westview. Ooh. That's an interesting thought. That is an interesting thought. I kind of like it. Yeah. Do you think Daredevil will ever wear multiple suits? Yeah, he's going to wear red and black. Black mostly in Echo, from what I understand. Yeah, it's going to be cool. I smash all the time while I was practicing Catholicism, to be honest. Yeah, for sure. Didn't he bang Elektra in season 2 of the show? 100%. Yeah. Hail failures and Our Fathers. My priest had me flogging myself for years now. Wait, what? I don't like the new suit. Well, I don't think I'll have to deal with it for very long. I think it's going to change up. Daredevil slammed most of the MCU. Widow, Elektra, She-Hulk, Echo. Yeah, he's got a decent body count, and so does She-Hulk. I just got it to the live stream. What is with the ending? What? Can you be a little more specific, dude? Josh, check out my last chat. Question for you. All right, let me see. Where is it, brother? Was it like a member chat or something? Can you just put it in the chat again, bro? Josh I, can you just put it in there again, dude? I don't see it. Ending of She-Hulk episode? Yeah. Well, the end of the She-Hulk episode is probably an elaborate plan to make her look ridiculous and insane. Should I watch the She-Hulk episode? Need to even call Uber either. I don't write them being in a situation that... Wait, what? I don't even know what you're talking about. Your assessment of the haters of this Daredevil, accurate. Hey, thanks, Smokey Kenobi. And look, we're just, we're putting on a little bit of a show. Like, dude, we're just having fun. Like, I'm being all trolly and shit like that. So, like, don't take it too serious. Somebody go check on Fat Jimmy Neutron. I mean, I don't think he's okay. I feel like I probably went too hard on Fat Naked Jimmy Neutron. So somebody please go check on him. Booty Clap series from the Dead Nerds. Any Punisher tea? No. I think he'll be back in the Daredevil show. Yeah. Daredevil is the shit. Tell me otherwise. You need to check yourself. 100% Ty. Let him know. That's rude. What's rude? That Fat Naked Jimmy Neutron is probably a basement dwelling, slack jaw, oversensitive, underemployed douchebag. Is that rude? Oh, my bad. My bad. I'll do better. Werewolf by Night drop tomorrow night. Hell yeah. I can't wait. I think it's just gonna be sick. Did you hear about the kid from Falcon and the Winter Soldier getting involved in a fight at Disney World? What? No. No, I did not. As Josh says from his third floor basement. Oh yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true. Yeah. Oh man, Silver Surge Gaming. You're either a bot or just a very sad person, man. You're okay. Did I miss your soupy? I probably did. Let me see here. Smokey said, no, I saw it. It says your assessment of the haters of this Daredevil equal accurate. Yeah. Papa, can you check the meme I posted on the Discord meme channel, please? Okay, all right. Where's the meme channel? Where's the meme channel at? Oh, there we go. Yo, that's pretty good. Y'all want to see this? That's pretty good, dude. I got one too that I want to share. Here, I'll show you guys this one. That one's pretty good. That's pretty good. And then I've got one that I also thought was pretty good. Yo! Lie back down. Lie back down. Hey, sorry, Jen. Hey, sorry, Jen. It's all good. It's all good. Different strokes, different folks. It's all good. Daredevil and this episode of She-Hulk is a huge W for the MCU. Honestly, we're back, baby. Ready for Werewolf by Night and Wakanda Forever. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. It's exciting. All right, everybody. I'm going to get on out of here. Yo, a incredible Doctor Doom video coming out for you guys later today. Very, very hyped up. Why Doctor Doom is the biggest alpha male Giga Chad of Marvel. And why he would clear pretty much everybody that's in the MCU right now. So make sure you check out that video later today. I think it's going to be pretty hyped up. We'll be back at it tomorrow. Werewolf by Night tomorrow. We're going to start at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. tomorrow. We'll start the stream. You can come on in. I'll be in costume. Little Liam will be in costume. We'll chill for like a half hour. Maybe you guys can do a Q&A with him. Just ask Liam some questions so he can actually start carrying his weight around here. That would be incredible. And then we will start the stream at like 7:30. So you'll have until 7:30 if you want to actually just show up for the stream and just watch the show with us. It's going to be cool. It's going to be fun. So, that'll be cool. Are we drinking? Hey, I might have a drink. I might have a beverage. I might have an adult beverage. I think that would be fun. All right, everybody. Much love. Appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here. Thanks for the support. Wolverine versus Hulk possibility? Oh, I hope so, bro. I sure hope so. I sure hope so. Okay. I'm going to get on out of here. Again, that Daredevil was so good, bro. Oh, my God, bro. I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video. Is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? Oh, man. Did I go too far? Was I too mean? Should I apologize and try to do better? Well, I guess I'd like to take this second and this time to apologize to absolutely nobody. I don't give a shit. Man, fuck y'all. Fat dick and douchebag coming in here to troll ass stupid comments. Hey, I might have to put up with that shit on Nerd Theory when your goofy ass comes in with your dumb ass super chats. But this is my house. This is my tower. But also, much love. Much love to everybody, man. You know what I mean? Take care of yourself. You know, get that fitness in. Drink your water. Drink your water. Drink your coffee. Make sure you buckle up that butthole. Open up your third eye. Yeah.